basic, theory and skills for ladies haircut. There are three kinds of sections for haircut, especially ladies haircut. One is horizontal section. Second is diagonal radial section, and third to last is vertical section. I will demonstrate them. This is a horizontal section. And usually with the guideline under and point cut or blood cut. In order to make softer texture, we use point cut. With the guideline under and point cut. This is horizontal section, and the next what is radial diagonal section. In order to make longer length, center to side area. Such as forward diagonal, graduate, haircut, hairstyle. Because in case we cut into section, look at this, look at this. From ear back to neck for corner point, there is no hair, so we as the result, for a horizontal section, the haircut, safe. It means this kind of cut, because there is no hairs on it, to avoid short lengths, on backside area. In case we usually, use, diagonal section, look at this is, diagonal section, which means, four diagonal section. So, distribution to perpendicular distribution against, diagonal section, perpendicular distribution, and against the guideline on this is four, this is three fingers, angles, the fingers, angles, this is three fingers, angles spotted, on the skin, so we call these three fingers, angles. Perpendicular distribution, and we can see, guideline under and vertical. This is diagonal section against diagonal section, doing perpendicular distribution, three fingers angle, and perpendicular distribution. Now just the two fingers, Now here two fingers, and gradually, long and to diminish, to decrease, layering in effect. So two fingers and gradually one fingers. Then another purpose is to avoid, short lengths on backside area. We did a diagonal section and doing perpendicular distribution and gradually, decreasing, the fingers angles. So we can see the shape is diagonal, forward, shape, and the layering effect from center to side. The layering effect, decreasing, toward, and, sign. And the opposite, the same. Against guideline, decreasing, fingers angle. And doing, perpendicular distribution, to, for the diagonal, safe. Doing, and we can see, check it. result is this right, diagonal forward line. The main purpose of a diagonal section is the result of this kind of shape. And the third is vertical section. I think the main purpose of vertical section is to make a layering effect. If we make heavy weight, density, we usually do horizontal and radial, that is diagonal section, and we. In case we make, less, weight, heavy weight, it means lighter weight. We usually do vertical section. In vertical section, there are two kinds of, vertical section. One is, straight, vertical section, like this, and the other is radial vertical section. Radial. It means, if we using radial vertical section, result in, less, light weight. But if we use, vertical section, we can make light weight, Okay. In my case, the scroll head is, not flat, it's round. So, in my case, most of, haircut, in most haircut, I, prefer radial, section, diagonal, radial, vertical section. It's, comfortable and very safe, to, not to, make, lighter, weight, not to make mistakes, Radium. Center. Okay, center. Okay. Center is this. Drawing on the center April line. We do usually on center line. We usually to straight vertical section like this, and look at this. This is very important to make weight. So if we raise or project up, down, up, we can use the result is to make more light layering effect. it means, lighter weight, texture or form. And if we raise our project, down, we make it a little easier, the little less lighter, Usually we can, in my class, I use, flow angle, Okay. If we do project this and cut this, this length, this line, what the flow angle? This is the flow at what degree, angle is, I think, 45, 45 degree, 45, and what it did. In case, how about this? This is a 60, okay? I cut this, what flow angle? 90, okay? Okay, so I cut, 45 flow angle and straight vertical section. Point cut. Wait, look at, if we raise the up, off, 45 degree angle, we can reach to, easy, more higher. So remember, and as I said, before, the second section, I drew radial, vertical section. Because of, those head is round, I wanna say, base, base theory for haircut. And there are three kinds of base, One is, on base. The other is, side base. The third is, off face. On base means just, look at this, just, distribution, on center, on section area. This is, distribution does have strength, on center, on base. What is the, side base? Side base means, in order to make, okay, what's the main purpose, for, side base or face? If in case we, as the same as, the radial, diagonal section, when you cutting, our, hair design is, what I mean, gradual from center to, side gradual longer. It means a diagonal, fold, effect is trying to form, shape line. In case we not center, just, right side line, this full right side line distribution, and cut. The next, the third, the same side, the fourth side. The result is, like this. gradually longer on the side base. Gradually longer toward the side. What is off? Off means, off base means, what is off base? Off means, not, off means beyond the, beyond the base. This kind of, yeah. So what is the result? Side base, if we side base the result this kind of, this kind, and off base is this kind, gradually, much longer. What is on base? On base, on base, on base. On base, in case on base, nearly, just, straight. And side base, gradually longer toward the side. Off base, I think it's avant-garde, effect, gradually much longer, okay? Remember. So, on second section, on second radial section, I do, on base. And the angle is, for angle is 45-degree angle. Not like, with. And the third, divide the second section into two sections. Divide the second section. Because we need, the guide, for the next, the third section. Half, divided, okay? And okay, if we want, watch, long length, sideways. Remember, we are, okay, this is very important. We are do, radial, vertical section. So the result is gradually longer. Not sideways is this. The result, radial, vertical section. This kind, gradually, longer like this, and sideways, up face, because the radial, diagonal section. So now, I just do, on base. Distribution, the hair on center, this is on base, and 45-degree angle, and cut it, point cut. Look at this, gradually, gradually longer, gradually longer. And divide the third section. And make fourth section. Look at it. This, on it we can see the hair. So in case I do sideways, distribution on right side area. Okay, 45-degree angle, and distribution is sideways and point cut. Not to make a short length. Look at this. We can maintain the hairs. If we cut this project up, even we project up 45-degree angle, we cut this on base, even though we project up 45-degree angle, radial, section, and on base cut, the result is more short, this, what I mean, the backward, diagonal section. So in order to maintain the length, in case of this, we do side, base cut. Okay? Okay. The opposite side of the same A, I do the same A. Radial second section, and what base, on base, distribution center, and what angle, 45 floor angle, 45 floor angle, 45 deep floor angle, against the, guideline, cut it, point cut. And divide the second section, and this is guideline, and to make third section, third radial, diagonal section. The same 45 floor angle on base and point cut. We can see longer length, great longer length toward the side. Okay, divide the third section and divide to make, fourth section, and look at this. We can see, on hairs this area. So in case we examine the opposite sideways distribution to this kind of, not right. If this is more short, this area side distribution on four side face, this area and left, distribution for sideways. In case, this, if we do, opposite, we make this the opposite, result. Remember, so sideways distribution to, left side line and 45-degree angle and point cut, and we can maintain the length on this area, and we can see, longer length, the shape, this kinds gradually longer on four side, and the weight, you can see weight. we can see the weight. If now just the wet condition, if we dry condition, we can see, more higher layering and, and we can, see the weight, form well. And then we can, if hair condition has a thick and dense hair, we can we can choose deep point cut to reduce hair density and deep point cut. Before in previous lesson I instruct what is a deep point cut, what is the use, how can you use the deep point cut, put it. In literature such as mid short length, this kinds we just too difficult on backside and front side because on neck area we can see your hair, but gradually we can see hairs on it, so we be careful to on back and side, the front side area. Okay, how about today lesson for basic skill theory. There are 3 kinds of section for hair cutting: horizontal, radial means a diagonal section, and vertical section. Vertical is divided into 2 kinds, straight for vertical and radial vertical. I prefer to radial vertical because the head is round to avoid big mistake short length. If we to make longer length than we expected, we cut again. But if cut the short length, cut to we had better provide the client what extension, very easy, very expensive, impossible, and in my today and there are important things I instructed what flow angle. I think there are 2 kinds of flow angle. Is head angle, it means just head angle is just this is what 90-degree angle on this area cutting 90-degree angle, 45 0-degree angle. But the other is a flow angle. Flow angle is a flow, cell flow and line. Head angle is on dot on it, and very easily speaking, flow angle means line and flow. Okay. This 45-degree angle, 30-degree angle, 30 flow angle. Yeah, frankly speaking. Okay, oh, sorry, 30. And 45 a little, cut, length, and this is, flow angle, what, 60, and this is what, straight, 90-degree angle. Of course, increase, 0 degree angle. 0 degree angle, not, less, no, layering effect. Gradually, 15, 30, 40, on to blah, 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 90 flow angle. What? The much, the much higher, flow angle, the much, layering effect, layering higher. Okay? And then, okay, this is the flow angle, very useful for, instruct, student, for, hair cutting online to, flow. This is over, I think this is, as I said before, but this section is mainly used for, layering effect, And the third is, what is the, base, Yeah, base is very, very important on, particular section. On base is just, distribution on base, on center, and what is the side? Side means, just, on, this is left side, this is the right side. Okay, if we do side base on right side, this, distribution, left side line. On this is the right side line, and this gradually longer two ends. If you do the opposite, like this, gradually short toward the, side. And up base is, beyond the, base. Yeah. So gradually much longer length, toward the side than, doing, side, face. So in case if we radial, diagonal section and particular on base doing on base toward the side, the result is this kind of, gradually less, gradually longer, but side base much gradually longer, and up base this kind of much longer. I think, side on and side base is mainly used for hair cutting. Gradually, for the, line, form. Okay. How about today, hair cutting terms, theory for ladies haircut. I think the basic, haircut terms, theory in haircut is, mainly important to, basic, course, so practice it, and, if you used to, if you used to done well, pass and, do another, haircut, skill. Okay, so this is enough. This is enough because even though I try to show more, but this is enough because practice makes success, and slow and steady makes success. Remember, okay? I keep more haircut basic technique in ladies in next